So if the improvements in farm profitability and business resilience are so significant, why has there been what might be described as a slippage in production systems? Why have UK and other farmers progressively increased the amount of supplement fed to their cows and reduced diet pasture percent? It is a good question. This slippage is comparatively widespread, as this graph of diet pasture percent highlighted. New Zealand appears to be the standout, or holdout, from adding a lot more concentrate and supplement to the cow's diet and focusing on increasing milk production per cow. But they are not the only holdout. Ireland is another excellent example of an industry that has been successful in focusing more on production systems that deliver a lower cost of production. Tasmania may have lost ground compared to New Zealand, but has done very well compared to the other states in Australia. And of course, there are many farmers in other countries that have successfully resisted the trend to feeding more supplements. So what is behind the slippage? Firstly, we should accept that pasture-based dairying is a complex and relatively unique business, where pasture is the main profit driver, despite milk being the saleable product. This results in almost all economic relationships being counterintuitive, as they appear to be contradictory to the biological ones. For instance, feeding more concentrate will often result in the cow being more efficient, but the financial impact will most likely be neutral or potentially negative. Then you add what Professor Bill Malcolm describes as a plague of economic illiteracy, including amongst some service providers and industry organisations. I'm saying these are Bill's words, who's Professor of Agricultural Economics at the University of Melbourne. Though maybe this assessment should not be such a surprise, given most people working in agriculture are trained in science or biology, as opposed to economics. I believe you can overlay on this a tendency for many farmers to be influenced by the pride of producing more milk per cow, with farmers being further influenced by the higher milk prices offered by milk processors for flatter milk supply curves. And then, given the low economic literacy, farmers can often be influenced by salesmen and advisors using simplistic and inaccurate gross margins to promote a product or a course of action. On top of all of this, dairy farming is a biological multi-year production system, which when added to climatic variability, results in profitability trends for an individual farm taking 5 to 10 years or more to emerge. And when an individual farmer or an entire industry, in the case of Australia, realise they are off track, they can find their cow genotype as determining what production system they can run, rather than their choice of production system determining their cow genotype. And a farmer can then find it difficult and even scary to consider unwinding their production system, given this might mean targeting a reduction in milk production and hence a reduction in gross farm revenue. However, to summarise my presentation, to maximise profitability and build resilience, farmers need to 1. Maximise pasture harvest, 2. Optimise the farm production system by targeting a high percent of pasture in the cow's diet, 3. Optimise the execution of farm management in pursuing whatever operational plan has been set for the year. Although I don't have data to present to support this particular point, I'd break it down into 3 factors, including aspiring to have all physical activities characterised as being the right action, first time and on time. The second factor would be to minimise every cost centre wherever possible within the business. And the third factor would be to minimise depreciation, not just by having vehicles and machinery last for many years, but also critically to minimise herd depreciation by having cows that can survive in the herd for many years and then keeping these cows in the herd for many years. And remember, focusing on all of these factors will increase business resilience by increasing profit margin. I don't have any doubt that UK farmers and the dairy industry as a whole could compete internationally and grow significantly in size, though this will almost certainly require a change in the production system on many farms to one that includes a significantly higher percent of pasture in the diet. Thank you.